I love my girlfriends. And the girlfriends that I do have are really, really good girlfriends. I love you guys. Sleepovers and makeup and hot chocolate. Come on.
Who can resist?
A real man doesn't mean that you have to like puff your chest up and walk around being like, oh, I'm a man. Like,
what drives your music too? Because I listen to all your songs. You're talking about men in it.
Yeah. We could say we've been through a couple of things, y'all.
It's so powerful that when you talk about like shopping with your friends, do you have a strong network of like other females that you rely on?
I love my girlfriends. And the girlfriends that I do have are really, really good girlfriends. I love you guys. We're few, but we're a strong little group.
Mm-hmm.
And I have friends that I've known since I was 7 and 6. And then I have friends that I met later on in my 20s. And now I'm, a little later in my 20s. And I feel like they're my sisters. So we're very close. We got each other's backs. And I think it's very important to have, that girl group that you love. Sleepovers and makeup and hot chocolate. Come on.
Who can resist? So another thing that I wanted to ask you when it comes down to like dating, because now you're in the music business, which you've been in for a long time, but now you're evolving into this woman. You're getting to know yourself. You're getting to know what you like, what you don't. What are some things you look for when you're choosing someone to date?
Okay, that's a good question.
And not only, don't tell me like what you want to choose. Tell me like what you actually know you go for.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Absolutely.
girls do it. Women, we do it all the time. We say one thing and we do something else. So I need to know like the real tea.
Yeah, honestly, the real tea has to be that the person needs to be authentic. I don't like people that are like super pretentious or like too stuck in their ego to, be a real man. To me, in my opinion, being a real man doesn't mean that you have to like puff your chest up and walk around being like, oh, I'm a man. Like, I got it. Being a man means to me that you are respectful, that you are considerate, that you're kind, that you are, wanting to incorporate me into your schedule some way, somehow.
Most importantly, you can't build a relationship without being a part of each other's life.
Exactly. Like, what else can I say? There's a bunch of things we can talk about, but I think those are definitely very important for me. And he has to be respectful of his family and his relationship with either spirit or God,
Because spirituality is a big thing for you?
Yeah, it is.
How do you identify in terms of like religion, or do you have a, religious orientation that you follow?
I grew up in a Christian home.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't necessarily go to church all the time, but my parents always, spoke to me about Christianity and what it is to be a religious person and someone who believes in God. So I definitely believe in God. But as I grow older, I definitely feel like I can represent with some spiritual elements in terms of like just being connected with the earth and the universe and being one with everybody. There's a lot of correlations between the two. So
I love that.
Yeah.
So does your guy have to be spiritual?
He doesn't have to be spiritual.
Religious?
No, he doesn't. I think that he just needs to respect it for me in that aspect. Or we at least have to have kind of similar views on things. Because if he's the complete opposite, then I obviously can't get with that.
Have you ever been with someone that was your complete opposite?
No, because I know that it just probably wouldn't.
It wouldn't mesh well.
Work well, yeah.
Now, I wanted to ask you, you've spent a significant amount of time in the Heights and obviously the boroughs of New York City, right? Because you're traveling around, you're doing different things. Which borough, you're not from New York, you're a Jersey girl, but which borough has the best looking men?
Ooh, the best looking men?
Or just the style that you like. Because, I mean, for some girls, it's not really the looks. It's how the man carries himself. And so maybe that.
It would have to be... Dang, she had to say style, y'all. Okay, this is what we're going to do. It's gonna.
I kind of know your answer already.
It's going to be Harlem, y'all.
Yep.
It's Harlem. And then second to Harlem is going to be Brooklyn, okay?
So not the Bronx? Not the Bronx.
The Bronx is in there too, because my Bronx dudes be fly.
Really? They really do.
Mm-hmm.
They really do. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Know how to put a fit on real quick.
Yeah, sometimes the other boroughs take notes from the Bronx. I will say that. But it just depends. It depends. Brooklyn too. I feel like when it comes down to, I mean, at your age, relationships are like your most important thing. It's probably like what drives your music too. Because I listen to all your songs. You're talking about men in it.
Yeah. We could say we've been through a couple of things, y'all.
What would you say was the best relationship that you had?
The best relationship
so far, and why was it so good?
Can it be a relationship that wasn't really a relationship?
Yeah, it can be whatever. Because I mean, sometimes, things happen.
I think that relationship that wasn't necessarily a relationship was the best relationship.
And why that?
Because there was no pressure.
Yeah.
And we just supported each other very well. And, it was just kind of more so about being there for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you find that to be, I mean, it's also based on like the time period that you're at in your life, right? So like, that's all you need in this specific moment. Someone that's there, that's present, that's showing up, right?
Yeah, I think it definitely has to do with my period of life right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm super focused. I don't even know if there is time for a relationship realistically right now.
I mean, most women that are in the music business that are singing, or I mean, they could be doing other careers like modeling, etc. They say like it's just too hard because what are you chasing? Are you chasing the bag or are you chasing the guy?
That's always a concern. Yeah.
Right?
It's always a concern. And it gets hard when you start having feelings for people and then, maybe you're not focused. Not me, though. I'm super focused all the time, y'all. But, yeah, I think it just has to be a meeting of the minds and understanding of where you both want to go. And, yeah, I think it's very important to understand that whenever you're dating at any phase of your life. Like, can I really handle this? Can they handle this? Can I handle what they have? Can they handle what I have going on?
Yeah, is this going to make me a better person?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like relationships should make you a better person.
Absolutely.
I find that my relationships do that for me.
Yeah.
They like challenge, because I can be very goal-oriented.
Right.
And then I get into a relationship and I realize, wow, I only think about myself. And then I start thinking about the other person. And then like, I just become better because I'm like, wow, it feels good to like, consider someone else.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what happens with women that are like career oriented. Mm-hmm. It's so complex for us because how do you have both?
You got to find somebody that meets your hustle, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Or that can like understand it and wants to in some way help, or vice versa. Like maybe you help them.
I agree.
Yeah, because that to me is like a complementary duo. You guys can work together, or when you're away from each other, inspire each other, give each other ideas and stuff like that. So, yeah, it needs to be something that meshes well.
Yeah. Supportive. Let's all focus on having supportive relationships with people that really, really like us.
Yes.
Have you ever dated someone that didn't like you?
Yes.
You have?
I have.
What was that like?
Horrible. It was awful.
What happened? Describe it to me.
Oh my goodness. What happened is a great question.
Mm-hmm.
We started as friends, then we dated, and then I guess we just discovered that we weren't compatible.
Yeah. But what were the signs that you noticed where you're like, I don't think this guy really likes me?
I think it was just when I would tell him something like, hey, this is bothering me. And he'd be like, meh. And he just wouldn't really blink twice about it. Then I'm like, okay, well, this person obviously just, he don't really care too much about how I feel or.
Yeah, if they're not moved by how you feel
Mm-hmm.
and like how you internalize whatever actions they're displaying,
I also realized
gotta go.
if I ever brought anything up, it just turned into like a screaming battle. And I'm like, dude, like it didn't even have to get there. We just had to have a conversation about it or not, but we didn't have to start screaming. That's another deal breaker for me. Like the whole screaming back and forth thing, like you will never see me again. You will never see me again.
That's like so interesting that there are men that are mean to women that they like because
whoever's teaching that in schools, you guys need to stop with the, oh, that little boy likes you because he's picking. No, teach your little boy how to be a gentleman, okay?
Yeah, we only like men that are nice to us. It's so interesting. I can be doing 1,000 things at the same time. And the minute a man is like rude to me, I remember that. I'm like, he raised his voice at me. I don't think this is going to work.
Yeah. My father has never really raised his voice at me or ever disrespected me in that type of way. So I'm not tolerating that from anybody.
Yeah. Like as soon as I see any agitation, aggression, any attitude, I'm like, I don't think this person likes me. I think it's time to go.
Yeah. No go. It's no bueno. We run from those.